Hi everyone. So shock horror, bit of a semi-post COVID-19 update. Obviously, along with a lot of other people, we haven't been able to get any work done on the boat as such, primarily because of getting equipment and stuff like that. Plus, I've had an extended break, as I've mentioned in other videos, but. Time to get going again. It's just coming into the dry season in Australia again now, in Northern Australia. And in Darwin, we've got 0 cases of COVID at the moment. I mean, that might change again, but technically speaking, we're one of the safest COVID locations in Australia at the moment, which is a good thing. So anyway, I thought I'd better get going on this boat again. It'll never get finished if I don't. And I would really like to be on it in the next 2 years, even if that means still waiting for the sails and rigging to go on. I'd like to have it finished in the water and at least be able to live on it until that's finished, or that's done. So where I'm up to now, one of the biggest problems I've suffered with for a long time here has been particularly the wet season heat. It gets to 35, 36 most days. And the humidity is just crippling and the heat's terrible. And in the past I've tried to rig up a few types of covers and never really been too successful. But of course now the boat is at a point I can actually erect a structure as part of the boat. That's what I'm doing now. So if you take a look up there, you can see that. I'll just zoom in a bit. I'm just starting to put that framework up over the boat, and I've got another 3 or 4 frames to just tack on. I'm just going to tack weld them along the deck against the gunnels there, and then I've bought some shade cloth which cuts out 70% UV, and we're going to erect just a basic shade cloth colour over the top of the boat, so as when the sun's high in the sky, particularly later on in the year, I won't suffer so much from the heat. As I've mentioned in other videos, the heat generated by the steel when the sun is shining directly on it, that you can't even touch the steel some days, it's so hot, and if you kneel on it, it burns your leg. So that's what's going to happen. We're going to get that cover up. Once I've got this cover up this weekend, the next job is, in one of my previous videos I mentioned about the rudder post. So after welding up the doubler and welding the rudder post into place inside the boat, when the welds cooled, it pulled it out of line probably by only 1 millimetre at the very top of the post, so it's making it difficult to get the top bearing in. So I'm going to have to readjust that just by cutting a weld. So that's going to be the next job, and after that we'll move on, and I'm going to start putting the chain plates in, getting the engine bed and stuff like that. Yeah, and on that, if you look over here, there's my new Volvo Penta diesel engine. That's been sitting in the crate in the shed here for 12 months, over 12 months. So I thought it was about time I got it out and get it cleaned up, get it ready to put in the boat. But I might also, I haven't had water to this shed for a long time, but we finally got water put on a couple of months ago, so I've got a hose and water directly to this location now. So what I might do is rig something up and actually run this engine, bench run it, and just get it bedded in before I put it in the boat, make sure there's no issues with it. I mean, there would never be, I doubt very much, but just be nice to get it running on the bench to make sure it's okay. Yeah, so that's where I'm up to at the moment. Throughout this weekend I'll just do some short clips of where I'm getting to with the covers, and then next weekend we'll get stuck into doing that rudder post, and I'll get some videos up of that too. You know what I might do too? I wouldn't mind getting another roll of shade cloth that same size and actually clipping it along this side.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Vertically.
You could do that.
And that way it will stop the sun getting in sideways earlier in the day.
As long as it doesn't stop you being able to work on the boat.
Yep, so there you go. Got that that framework and that shade cloth up in one day, which is good going. It's the first time, as I think as I've mentioned previously, the first time this boat has actually been covered from direct sunlight. And as I said just a few moments ago, I will put some shade cloth down this side as well, probably just half or 3/4 of the way down, so I can still get up under it with the ladder and get access to this side. But that'll reduce the heat inside the boat and the surface temperature of the steel tremendously. Even come the wet season in another 5 or 6 months, it'll make working on that steel so much more tolerable. Anyway, tomorrow I'll start working on straightening up the rudder tube inside, bring that into alignment, and then we'll get onto these side windows in the rear berth. And after that, the chain plates. I think I've got chain plates still to put in. Once that's done, onto the engine bed inside. Alright guys, I'll get back into it again tomorrow and get some more video then, and hopefully we'll get some more videos posted up this week.